What's up? What's up? Can y'all hear me? Give people a few seconds to get in. So I just want to stay lubricated, It's very important. Welcome to my first live stream. My name is Mac from ALWAYZ Customs. I can tell y'all a little bit about me. Um, can y'all hear me? If you can't hear me, let me know. Send me a comment. Um, yeah, Mac from ALWAYZ Customs. I started almost 6 years ago. Hey Ma, I see you. Yeah, I started about 6 years ago. I started off sewing apparel, and then I started getting orders to do my goddaughter's like cheerleading clothes, and then everything just kind of blossomed from there. And that's how I ended up really started doing customs, really getting into the custom lane. Um, I think one of my biggest orders just starting out was doing a restaurant group. I did like what, 3 or 400 hats, for them. So that kinda really got me my first taste of really doing large scale orders, and then after that, everything just kinda snowballed. The pandemic, we took a hit for about a month, and then, um, things just escalated after that, especially being in the DMV. Right now, I'm located in Bowie, Maryland, and also I have another office in Richmond, Virginia. So we've definitely dealt with over 100 different customers. We've shipped as far as Hawaii, Cali, Alaska, New York. We pretty much ship all over the place as far as customs. I don't know if you can kind of see. I got some inventory in here. I got some hats, hoodies, sweatsuits, tracksuits, a lot of different things in this shop. We deal mostly in vinyl, screen print transferring, um, we were doing some embroidery. The machine is down right now, but we should be hopefully having that up and running by the new year. So that's pretty much my intro. Uh, I've dealt with branding for a lot of different, smaller scale people just starting out with their brands. Um, my partner, me and my partner Marcus, we actually started the business. Marcus passed last year, so that kind of took a hit on me. Um, Actually had me step back from the business kinda, and so I'm actually regrouping. I just opened this Bowie office back in October. So I'm trying to get myself back situated and, keep the legacy going, things like that. I wanted to talk to y'all about branding and just a lot of what we're gonna be working on over the next few months, especially with this YouTube channel. The goal is to give you all a lot of education and help you all out a lot because in my inbox a lot on Instagram, a lot of people are hitting me up daily, wanting to start clothing brands and not really knowing, how to really get started. So I'll be doing and recording a lot of videos to really go in depth in regards to just providing as much information as possible. Things like sourcing blanks, coming up with designs, how to do pricing, which is very crucial because if you sell too fast, that means your price is too low. And if you don't sell anything, that means your price might be too high. So that's definitely something you want to pay attention to. Also, marketing and branding is very important. Um, I stalk a lot of my customers' Instagram pages, and I see a lot of them are like private things like that. And if you're working on a business and you're trying to scale a business, you can't have a private business. That just by default doesn't really make any sense. Um, so yeah, we're also doing some holiday sales. Everything in store 40% off when you spend 500 or more. Um, 20% off when you're spending 300 or more, and then 30% off when you're spending 400 or more. We got tons of shirts, hats, full zip hoodies. tech suits like on this mannequin right here. Y'all can't really see my other mannequin. Hold on. Yeah, this mannequin right here. This is on my laptop, so I can walk around, let y'all see a few things. Um, so these are all these hoodies. These are the full zip hoodies I just showed you on the mannequin. We got all different flavors of the tech suits. Tons of track suits right here, probably about 100 or so. They're in a few boxes down here as well. There's different types of hats. We do trucker hats, the dad hats, bucket hats. We should be doing beanies. Sure, I prefer to do embroidery on them. That's really up to you. We got the puffer jackets. Those come in a few different colors, different types of pullover hoodies, t-shirts. There's the track jackets, windbreakers, satin baseball jackets, different things like that. So, um, you know, I dabble in a lot of different things. We source a lot of blanks. Also, I got a lot of different customers who bring their own, merchandise. Definitely make sure you hit the like button. I definitely appreciate it. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna be dropping a lot of behind the scenes stuff. I'm gonna be going to different vendors, and I'm gonna try to get as much footage as possible, letting you all know like how I talk to vendors, how I've built up such a rapport and a great relationship with a lot of my different vendors over the years, and how you can do the same. Because it's very important in building relationships. Because if you're in any business, you definitely want to make sure that you're a favorite. There's always favoritism in business. You just make sure it leans in your favor. Um, what's up, Hanani? I see you over there too. Um, yeah, if y'all got any questions or you need help with anything, definitely drop a comment. I got no problem answering it. I got so much experience and knowledge about so many things that everything is like a bunch of jumbled wires. So if you ask the right question, you might pull the right wire, and I can help you, with specifics. As you tell people when you first starting out, get your design done properly. Make sure your designer is doing, sending you all the files, SVG, EPS, PDF, PNG, just so that you have all the opportunities to have the best possible file to send to your graphic designer, hey Lex, and your printer, because you don't want to have to pay twice for the same graphic, which is really important because if you go to most printing companies, if you don't have the right files or you got a JPEG, they're gonna hit you upside the head again. So now you're paying double for that same design. You could have just paid once and got everything taken care of. Um, as for that, figuring out what you want to sell is the most crucial. I usually tell people if you're starting out, start off with some hats. Hats are really simple. You don't got to worry about, different sizing and things like that. People usually can grab a hat. People usually resell hats for 20, $25, really just depending on, you know, uh, what type of market you in. I know a lot of people sell different hats. They progress to the reflective hats. These are a really, really popular seller. See, Ma, I got a question. The best vendor for blanks as far as t-shirts and sweatshirts. There are a few. One of my favorites is S&S Activewear, also Alpha Broder. You do need a business account. A lot of the vendors that I use require you to have business information. You need your EIN, you need your like, a tax document as well, um, and you need to be spending a certain amount of money for some of them. I know they've been kind of more lenient over the recent years, but when I just started out, there were like certain requirements, like you had to be spending at least 300 or 400 a month, something like that. I know it's more lenient now, but the more you spend, usually the less you pay in shipping. And in my opinion, if I can either pay 200 and get free shipping or buy a few things and then spend $40 in shipping, I'd rather get that $40 worth of merchandise. So more than likely, I'm going to try to meet those minimums because you can always resell those things. Um, in my opinion, when you're doing customs and you're a custom decorator, having inventory is really good because on the fly you can resell things or You can always do sales with the merchandise that you got, different things like that. Um, sorry, give me 1 second. Advertising is a really big thing. Advertising, encompasses a whole lot of different things because you got to do things like take pictures. You gotta nowadays you gotta be on Snapchat. You gotta be on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everything. And content right now is king, you know. Recording videos, a lot of for brands, a lot of stuff that people want to see is lifestyle. Like, what does lifestyle look like with your brand? And like if you got a skate brand, having pictures of people skating in your stuff, going out eating, different things like that really draws attention to your brand. So you want to have as many eyes as possible. What's your life like? But yeah, you want to have as many eyes, on your brand as possible. Especially starting out, I usually tell people if you're not starting out doing hats, t-shirts. T-shirts always a good way to go. The more you buy, of course, the better the price. Um, I know a lot of people don't really understand that. So the price per usually drops the more you buy. Really anything. Like if you go out and you're buying two and three cars at a time, you're gonna get a pretty good deal. Same thing with apparel. If you're spending, $10,000 and you're getting 20, 30 thousand shirts, your price per drops dramatically. So, prime example, I think I have a bundle. It's like 100 t-shirts, full color. I think like $7 or $8 a shirt. So it's about, and that includes, I think like tag too. So when you're trying to sell shirts for, 20, $25, and you're getting them for about $7, $8, it's a lot less pressure for you to sell them at full price, which is great because that means you can offer people deals, especially if you're doing multicolored shirts. You can do like two shirts for 30, one shirt for 20, different things like that to kind of help get your brand out. Because when you're just starting out, name of the game is speed. Name of the game is to work as fast as possible to get as many eyes on your brand as possible. Sometimes you're not necessarily trying to shoot for $40 a tee when you're just trying to get your brand out there. So that's definitely something a lot of people really need to understand. I got a lot of things on in the works. I got some motivational stuff coming up. I got somebody who's about to be editing my videos, so I'm about to have some cool things. Working on intros. Um, Working on a podcast soon too. I got a few people that I'm working with to kind of get a podcast set up. I just got some microphones. I got some cameras coming on Monday. So I'm kind of I got two Canons. So I'm definitely excited about that. I won them in the auction today. So it's been a good day. But yeah, so I got a lot of content that I'm planning on dropping. My goal is to drop 3 to 4 videos a week, really giving information. We're going to be interviewing people with local brands. I've got quite a few customers that have spent a significant amount of money with me, which means that their brand is doing some kind of well. Um, just recently had this young guy come, and I think he bought maybe close to 500 um, different items. So I'm definitely going to talk to him. He's got I think, a record label out in Northern Virginia. So I really want to help people with exposure, but also I want other people to, see how these people got to where they are. I know a few people that I've dealt with um, have like got into malls and got like with Shoe City and different things like that. So um, I got a little bit of a well-rounded customers. Um, Hold on. When you do customs, how do you charge? Are you charge for each customer? For just for one custom per the shirt. Um, so I do bulk. To answer your question, I usually do a 12-piece minimum. My 12-piece minimums for everything usually starts off with a set price, and it's usually if it's something like a shirt, a hoodie, or crew neck, sweatpants, different things like that. It usually includes one print. After that, I usually charge extra per additional print. Usually for each different location is about $5. If they're doing something like reflective or a full color design, glitter, puff, vinyl, something like that, is usually about $7 more. Um, but I'm trying to get more people to really source their own because it's much cheaper when you're bringing in your products to like printers and decorators because they don't have to spend X amount of time sourcing the products and having staff pick through the items and separate items out. Um, I got one customer who comes in probably once a week and drops off maybe 30 to 40 different items to get decorated, which is fantastic. It lets me kinda do her orders much faster because I don't have to wait for things to get shipped in. That's another crucial thing too. Like, if you wanna lessen your wait time for your orders, grab your own stuff, bring it in, you can knock the stuff out in maybe 2 to 3 days versus 5 to 7 business days. I'm not here on the weekends. I'm usually in Richmond on the weekends, so, if you put in an order on a Friday, I probably won't get to it till about, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday at the earliest. But I do have specific prices that I set, which kind of I set the prices to help out my reseller market because the majority of my customers resell their items. So if I got prices, as low as maybe $60 a sweatsuit because I'm expecting my customers to resell the sweatsuit for maybe $92. I do sell blanks for certain items, for like sweatsuits and different things that we source. We do source a lot. We go to places like Jersey, New York, Philly, Baltimore, Atlanta. I think I went to Atlanta not too long ago. I'm planning on going out to Cali too. So I do like to go places and source items. We tend to go spend a little bit of money, sometimes more money than I intend to spend. But when you see something that you like, sometimes you just gotta go for it. And you know, there's nothing wrong with investing because eventually the money's gonna come back. Whether they, 2, 3 days, 2 months, a year, it's all gonna come full circle. Um, but I usually tell people for things like shirts and like hoodies, things that you can easily get. I mean, in my opinion, it's much better for you to source those items from a place like SNS Activewear, or I think there's like t-shirt prints, blank. I mean, if you just Google blank t-shirt, you can typically find something for a pretty good price. So if I gotta special order it in, I'm more than likely gonna have to charge you more than they would just charge you. Um, I'm trying to think. I got a lot of stuff that I'm kind of working on right now. Uh, I was gonna do an order for y'all, but I feel like it'll be kind of loud. I got this machine in the back that is very annoyingly loud, so I won't be running that today. I am gonna be working on doing these designs for these full zip hoodies. I got a few customers that just ordered some today. Actually, I think I sold maybe like 50 today, so I'll be doing that. I'll be doing that video. I'll probably be dropping that before maybe probably about Sunday. I'll be dropping a video of me doing at least one or two of them. One of them is a pretty simple design. Usually pocket logo is very popular. Pocket logo. Some of my favorite girls right here. It actually looks like salmon. Hey, what's up, Crafty Leo? Yeah, this is a pocket logo. Very popular, typically for these tech suits. I've sold thousands of these in all types of colors. Um, this is a oversized back logo. Typically, pocket logos are about 4 inches, 4 by 4, typically. Back logo is usually 8.5 by 11. This is I got a lot of mannequins. So this is a full zip hoodie. If you've seen the YouTube video, you see me trying to try it on. I got too much hair to be trying this on. But yeah, the full zip hoodie, goes all the way up. I got somebody. Yeah, that's just so not easy to do. There we go. So you can kind of see it goes all the way up. I don't know why you want to not be able to see nothing, but you know, cool trend. A lot of younger people like that. I think. Yeah, no, that having glasses and trying to put on a full zip hoodie is not the way. Yeah. I got these cool jackets. Um, so I just got these in. I know a lot of people ask me about these jackets. Um, I haven't started promoting them yet. They got nice. I think it's like PU leather. It's like a type of not plastic. It's kind of like I think like a fake leather. Really nice thickness to them. I've had thinner ones in the past. I want to do embroidery on these, so I haven't really promoted these yet. So I don't want to do vinyl these. I like these too much. But they come in a few different colors. These bubbles right here, are fantastic. One thing I've noticed, like when I go out and source merchandise, is I'll see like if they got things like a tag on it. I'll look on the inside and see if I can remove these. And I have removed these. I do order them. I do remove the extra label. Sometimes it's just annoying in the way. Uh, this is a very popular item. People like camo for some reason, and these are crew neck sweatsuits. Uh, I got the sweatpants right here. I've actually done quite a few. These are independent. Independent is usually my go-to for like fleece. Like I'll usually do independent over gilded or jerseys. Um, I've done just hoods, which is another really popular one. Um, I sell those blank if necessary. Yeah, camo is weird to me. I'm like a full camo outfit is probably not something I would wear, me personally. But people really enjoy it. Um, I do actually put labels in the stuff. Someone actually just ordered custom printed labels. I can show you all where I just did her labels right here. Let's see. Let me see if you can see this. So I'm actually working on printing out her labels. So I do like a custom label template. So her design is bread bully. It's backwards, so you can't really see it on my computer like that. But I do the print and labels, and I put it in the neckline. Usually, if we're doing something that requires um, like thicker tags, I usually get them custom made, and that usually takes a little bit of time because I got to get them from overseas. And they're really nice. They're really nice, good look. I've definitely done them in the past a lot. I do sew them in. The woven tags are really cool. I've done them in hats too, where we remove them from the hat and then put them into the hat. So the custom blend, um, it's usually a little bit extra if I got to do all that work. We've also done like the hang tags as well. Typically, a lot of people want to do their own, and I don't blame them. Um, I'm not the cheapest guy. I've been doing this for a long time. My time is a little bit valuable, but I do enjoy giving out game. I do enjoy, when people got questions, I tend to try to answer them as much as possible. Uh, and you'll probably see that a lot over the next few months when I start up the podcast and I start interviewing people, kind of working on 2 or 3 podcasts. So um, these bags under my eyes a little bit heavier, but you know, doing this to help you all out. So What else I got? I just finished. I just shipped out a whole lot of stuff. I don't want to get into sublimation. I've thought about it. Maybe I don't want to say I don't want to. I know my end goal is to into cut and sew. But in order for me to get into cut and sew, I will need to get the business large enough to the point where I have a large enough warehouse and I have the staff to be able to, you know, do everything from scratch because that's kind of how I started out. I started out sewing t-shirts together until I found a much cheaper way to do that. I don't do DTF. I do order DTF transfers. I had a DTF printer. I sold it. I didn't have the time. Um, at the time when I purchased the DTF printer, I thought Marcus was getting out of the hospital, and he did not get out of the hospital. So the timing was not good. But yeah, so I can get transfers. I can do transfers all day. Um, I already just do too much, and I don't have any of my staff. Like when I moved from Temple Hill shop in March, I let my staff go. At the time, we had I think like 3 staff. I kind of let them go. It was getting a lot for me to try to run everything and be in charge of the staff and deal with my grief over losing Marcus. His birthday's actually coming up on the 29th. So um, yeah, no, I don't currently do GTF. Mostly dealing vinyl and the screen printing right now. I can't wait to get back into embroidery. I definitely enjoyed doing the embroidery, and I did a few orders like that. But I'm getting the space together. This office, if anybody's ever been to my other office, is really little. It's really little compared to my older office, which was about like 1,500 square feet. Um, is it better to buy gang sheets or single DCF? It really depends. So gang sheets, I typically only do gang sheets if like I'm doing like tons of different designs or like I'm doing a bunch of little designs. Because usually you can get the most bang for your buck if you're doing the single transfers, I found, unless you're doing a whole bunch of different orders. Like if you're doing 4 or 5 different designs and you can all fit it on one gang sheet because you're doing a bunch of like pocket logos or something, that's perfect. But more than likely, I'm not doing a whole bunch of different pocket logos at the same time. Uh, I can see. I got some transfer. These are screen print transfers. Let's see. Actually, I got some right here. Hold on. Alright, they're around here somewhere. I'm trying to get adjusted to this little space. Yeah, I found them. 'Cause I gotta finish this order sweatpants. But usually, um, I always tell people you never press transfers past the directions. Typically, all the times I order transfers, they always give you directions. I see a lot of people burn apparel. Um, and it's because they're not following directions. You always want to make sure that you pre-press things, especially me, because we get so many different things that a lot of people aren't selling. The majority of people, crafting or decorating are usually getting the things that are widely available. Um, what I like to do is I'll go to places that are obscure where there are vendors who just have tons of different random things that might come from China or something, and I'll just get all of them. You gotta follow direction. Trust me, I've I've burned things in the past. Things like beanies, not paying attention. Like this beanie right here is so warped from me burning it. Um, But yeah, I buy so much obscure stuff that it's necessary for us to test it, and that's how, I know how to press certain different things, just because of so many trial and errors. Um, Plus, I'm one of those people who I like to just get different things. Like I got these these satin baseball jackets, which are really nice. I really enjoy these. This is actually mine. I buy a lot of 2X stuff myself. Uh, so when people always ask me if there's any 2X in the shop, it's usually because it's mine. So you got to get the 2X before me. Um, that's crazy. I just had it. I got this awesome thing. This right here, when you're doing bulk, these right here are awesome. They're like laundry baskets. And when I was doing the order for the 120 tracksuits, this laundry basket made everything so much easier. The jacket's in white. What jacket in white? Hold on. Are you talking about the bomber jacket? Oh no, not the bomber jacket. The varsity jacket? You talking about this one? These I got an overseas vendor uh that sends those to me. That's one of my premium vendors. When I do the baseball jacket. Oh, okay. Um, I've seen a silver. I don't know if they have a white. Um, I know they got pink. I've had gold. I've had baby blue, red. I've never seen a white one, but a white one would be cool. I don't think you really wear white like that after Labor Day. I don't know if that rule still applies. Um, we don't really sell a whole lot of white like hoodies and stuff like that around now. Definitely, that's more of like a spring thing. Also, another thing I've noticed when you're buying apparel, is it kind of change up the colors like around the seasons. A lot of people follow that rule. Judging by my customers, a lot of people like I don't sell. So I got these hats in white, blue, pink, and black. The white ones are still up there. You might not be able to see it, but the white ones are still up there. I think sublimating on it would be cool. I uh I don't know. I'm just I'm not a fan of sublimation. Like I understand why people do it. Um and it does look cool, like if you do it right. I'm just not the sublimation kind of person. Um I really want to get into embroidery again so bad. But I'm also scared because a lot of my customers send me stuff and it should not be embroidered. But um so many people, want what they want. And, as a creative, sometimes I gotta draw the line, you know. I can't just allow people to do certain things and have it come out of my shop. I care too much about my craft to do that. Um, I'm one of those people who, I just want all money. All money isn't good money. I will say that. I've definitely turned out hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of work, um, just because just the way that customer has maybe approached us, or the things they wanted, and they didn't really take our advice. Because at the end of the day, if we're putting out a product and we go against our beliefs, and we explain that things won't necessarily hold up properly, and that person still wants to go ahead, and then said product messes up, then that sets a bad precedent, and then that kind of ruins our reputation, because people will be like, oh, well, where'd you get this from? This is messed up. And then we got people talking crazy to us in the inbox. um and it's just a lot. It's not something that any of us want. So that's something we definitely take heed with. Hey, all money's not good money. When you've made a certain amount of money, you know, I got no problem returning money. I'd rather return someone's money than to do the work and then come out unsatisfactory. Like if I know I can't do it according to how I feel, like I'll be able to do it um, properly, then I will gladly return the money. Um, I've definitely done it in the past. I've definitely fired quite a few customers, um, a substantial amount of customers. How I go about pricing my products. So what I usually try to do is I try to make sure that after materials, like after my cost of goods is very important. So once I get my cost of goods, how much the blank cost, how much time it's going to take for me to do what's necessary in regards to either printing or cutting the vinyl, and how much the vinyl transfers cost. I usually figure out that number and then add at least a 30% profit for the things that I want. Then also, if I know I'm gonna, because I have a tier, so the more people buy of a certain item, the more the price goes down. Because usually you can work a lot faster when you're doing 1 order with 100 teas versus 10 orders with 10 teas. So I typically will scale the price back to make sure that I give them the best value to help them resell their product. So I typically, my goal is to make at least a 30% profit, which is not a lot. I mean, I've seen people, in all these groups charging almost double, sometimes triple the prices I charge people. And it is what it is. They got people who's willing to pay that price, and I don't blame them. If you know somebody and you know the quality of their work, and you know the money doesn't really matter to you, and go for it. I usually tell people, like, if you're price hunting and you go to somebody who's cheaper than me because they're cheaper than me, you're going to get cheap quality, and that's something I try not to do as much as possible. Eh, Um, you know, and we're all still growing. Like I've been doing this almost 6 years, so the quality from when I just started off 6 years ago to now is completely different. But also, I've noticed that it also, like, the quality of your products really depends on the age group of the people. Because I've had some stuff where I've made for people 4 or 5 years ago that I've seen recently that's holding up better than stuff made, a year or two ago. That's because people are paying attention to how they wash the stuff and treat the products differently. So that's another very important factor that a lot of people really don't understand. That these younger kids, a lot of them really don't know how to wash clothes. So, so they might mess up things. They might ball up merchandise and, dry everything on high, damage the merchandise, and they'll turn around and blame the brand owner. So these are things you got to kind of be conscious of. Usually tell people to always include, some kind of care information in a separate card, because most people don't look at the tags on their shirt or hoodies or whatever. I can't remember the last time um, I know most people have not looked at that stuff. I look at it all the time because I'm usually the one pressing stuff, and I want to make sure that if I'm dealing with something I've never seen before, I want to make sure I know what the material is. Because certain materials, like acrylics, you typically don't want to press on because they'll usually burn. Um, I'm kind of mad right now because I can't really wear any hats. I forget this one hat. I just got this awesome hat. Trying to get into a holiday spirit. I got this nice fun gnome hat. Um, I kind of like it. I got this big head now. I want to show y'all these really cool ski man. Um, Being that I sell bulk, do we package items for customers? So in the past we have. Um, that's a white label um, kind of service that we do offer. It's not really, popular because a lot of people want to go through their merchandise and stuff. And that's what I usually tell people. too, because I see, people get things, shipped from overseas and everything's already prepackaged, which, I don't have any problems with that, but the thing is this, you can't really check the quality. So the quality control really isn't available because you'll have to rip through every package, especially when you're dealing from overseas stuff. A lot of the items might be misshapen. So I try to tell people that, we're still human at the end of the day. Sometimes make mistakes, and I would rather somebody do quality control check after us just to make sure that they catch any mistakes that we might do. I usually tell people, hey, if you want prepackaged stuff, you can go on Amazon and you can get the plastic bags and you can get the labels. You can also make your own custom labels. In my opinion, custom labels is a little bit more of a wow factor versus us, giving someone a, a clear plastic bag with a size tag. You know, I've considered um, doing like custom bags for customers, but if we're doing it, it'll typically be a minimum of 100 items. And a lot of people usually aren't selling 100 of the same size item. Like they're usually switching back and forth, which I really don't recommend, because you want to at least lay some type of groundwork. Like if you start off selling shirts, sell shirts for a while. Sell shirts and kind of see how it goes. Do different color drops. Don't just drop 5 color shirts in the first drop. Drop 1 or 2 colors. See how it goes. See how people react to it. See what colors people are looking for. Then you can always drop another color. Same with apparel, like other apparel, like hoodies, sweatsuits, different things that people start off. They want to, have everything to offer to everybody, which is great. And I mean, the old shop was kind of built around, the candy store aspect where people would stand in our showroom and see so many different items and just want to get everything. But you kind of got to hone in on one item and then slowly progress after that. Like prime example, Ralph Lauren. A lot of people don't know they started off just doing ties. They did ties for at least a decade, and then they gradually started adding more and more different items. I got these ski masks, which are pretty popular. I got them in a few different colors. I'm not a ski mask kind of guy, uh, because of my hair, but we got them in I think orange, blue, neon green, and black, and like navy. So that's been another popular thing. I think we sold maybe about 100 this week. We've customized sneakers before. We've also sold and resold sneakers. Um, the shiestiness might be included. I feel like if you wear these ski masks, in my opinion, you have to know good. Uh, but no, customized sneakers. Marcus was customizing sneakers at one point. He was doing airbrushing, um, and he had a lot of ideas for stuff. Marcus was the creative. I'm more of the business person. Marcus was more creative in regards to trying new things and really trying to push the envelope. Um, so we were kind of like a nice yin and yang in regards to the business. And in my opinion, I think that's why our business blew up to the point of where it did so rapidly, because we understood our roles in the business. And I let him stay in his lane, he let me stay in my lane. So would I ever customize sneakers in the future? uh i'm not I'm not that kind of person. I'm not that kind of person who can paint like that. Uh, Now, my mother does that kind of stuff, Blue Lotus vibes. So if you want to get sneakers customized, she does that. So definitely hit her up. I believe in staying in my own lane and not really trying to push into other people's lanes, unless I need to. Uh, What I'm saying, yeah. So the ski mask has been another popular addition that a lot of people have been going to. You're welcome, Ma. crew neck sweatshirts. I love crew neck sweatshirts so much. Um, if I could find a zip crew neck. Yeah, no, I buy rhinestones too. If y'all want rhinestones, something made of cups, all that kinds of stuff, things that I don't do, more than likely my mother might do it. Blue Lotus vibes. I know she does a lot of stuff like that. Crafty Leo. Um, these are all people who do those other things, and they put the time and the energy into that stuff. I'm more of a machine in that aspect, where I try to stick to my specifics. Yeah, see, no, I can't customize sneakers. I can come up with the design. I can like I got some design. I got some design software. I can work on some designs. I'm actually about to design um my sleeves. I'm gonna get some more tattoos. I'm gonna get a tattoo in honor of Marcus. Hopefully I can get it before the 29th. I would like at least to have it somewhat healed before the 29th. That's his birthday. Um, but yeah, so I like to design things sometimes. I try not to do too much because I'm always, I'm up and down from, shop to shop every single week. My insurance company hates me so much. Um, 'Cause I probably drive 8 or 900 miles every 2 weeks, if not. Um, so yeah, and I'm usually out and about, but I do got some sales and things I'm working on. Um, my plan is to do a live at least once a week of different topics. Uh, I'm trying to bring as much valuable information as possible. Also, I'm trying to grow as well. Um, yeah, it's an insane amount of miles. Every morning and every Friday night. Um, you know, I'm at it. But yeah, I think I've been talking for a long time. uh, but yeah, so to the content that I will be, focusing on, I'll be focusing on specific topics. Um, I got one video and being edited right now that I just recorded the other day. I got microphones. I got a lot of equipment coming in. I'm excited about. Probably spent way too much money on this equipment, um, but you know, I think it's gonna be worth it. I think I'm gonna be giving people a lot of valuable information, and I do want to do a course. Because everybody keeps telling me to do a course. Every single person I know is telling me, do a course, do a course. Um, and the reason they say do a course is, I mean, over the past, the business has done pretty well financially. We've definitely since the pandemic have touched over 500,000 in sales. Um, Not to brag, but it's kind of exciting, when you're seeing the money roll in. A lot of it was just pure word of mouth. And I can't stress that enough. Word of mouth is so important because I've had so many customers come in from being referred from another customer who was referred from another customer. So it's like one customer kind of referred just a snowball chain of customers. And that's why I try to, cultivate the relationships with customers. Like I don't let people come in, grab their order and leave. I try to have conversations with them and really try to build up a connection because so many people do customs nowadays. And so you got to be able to stand out, just like with your brand. If you got a brand, everybody has a brand, especially in the DMV. There's almost as many clothing brands as it is rappers in the DMV. You got to find a way to stand out and really, bring a little bit different, to your craft. And so that's why I usually encourage people, foster relationships, talk to people, find out their backstory. Um, I'm working on a brand worksheet. I'm working on a whole lot of really good things that, I've just been getting all this knowledge, and I want to make sure that I get it out so that I can help as many people as possible just progress to the next level. Because I know a lot of people are okay with just, selling stuff to pay a bill here and there, but if I can help everybody like expand their businesses to the point where, so many businesses in this area are like blossoming, to get to that six figure, sales kind of thing in a year. I feel like that would be, like, me fulfilling, my purpose. 'Cause my purpose, I feel like, is to help many people as possible and to put a lot of good into the world, um, and to take care of my kids. I love all 5 of my kids, only 1 biological, but I got a lot of god kids, and, my son got a brother, so, you know, we're gonna do this thing, we're gonna take it to the next level, um, definitely appreciate your kind words, definitely Craft Leo, I'm excited. I'm seeing everybody with these fantastic YouTube channels, and I know it's time for me to get out there, share my information with the world. I am tired because I have been up since 7 a.m., courtesy of my goddaughter and my sister. Um, so I will see you all later. You know, you can always DM me, drop a comment if you got any questions. Instagram, always systems. Um, Email Mac at Always Customs, or order at alwayscustoms.com. I'm usually pretty good about responding to messages. Um, as you can tell, I love to talk to people. So, I look forward to speaking with y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And, till next time.